Hey everyone, welcome to another video. This is my new boat, my Sandbanks Style single optimal 2022 kayak that I just bought, and you saw me do a first inflation and first impressions, so it's going to be its first outing on the water. I've come to Alderford Lake, which is a little sort of leisure lake in Shropshire, about sort of 15 miles north of where I live. Very busy today, but then it probably would be busy, even busier if the sun was out. It's sort of cloudy, a little bit of rain around, but not too much. But I thought I'd come to a lake because here there's, rescue support, all that kind of stuff if I get into trouble. So let's get this kayak inflated and get it on the water. Hey everyone, voiceover ad here, just popping in now to give you a bit of an explanation about what's going on here. So here's me trying to fit the seat. I had quite a lot of trouble getting the seat right, as you'll see when I get in the water. Essentially, there's no sort of real guidance about where to put the seat on the boat, I guess, which is, it's a single seater, so it's fairly obvious that it goes at the back of the, the back of the cockpit and the in between the D-rings, but it's quite difficult to get the straps in the right place and also have the seat back not fall over. So when you're getting in it, the seat back is not actually down on the seat, so you then have to shuffle your backside around to get the seat back out. So I need to figure out a better way of doing that. I need to work out where I want seat straps and essentially put like a Sharpie mark on them or something, just so I know that where to put them every time, so I'm not constantly adjusting them, trying to get them in the right place. But that was probably the only real issue I had, I guess. Getting the skeg on wasn't too difficult. It was a little stiff to slide on, but I guess that's just because it was the first time it'd ever been on, and then it had a nice clip to keep it in place, which was nice. Carrying it down to the water was also quite easy. It's pretty light compared to my old boat, which basically was almost impossible to carry on my own. I had to carry it on my head essentially, which was alright I suppose, but this one you can carry under your arm. Also trying out a new dry bag, which is the thing I've got on my back. Maybe a bit more of a review of that at some point, but for the moment I'm just going to see if it fits nicely on the front on these sort of bungee straps. They're not adjustable straps, they're just fixed lengths, but they seem to hold everything fairly secure. This is me trying to get in. The slope on the slip wasn't particularly steep, so I had to have the boat quite far out into the water with the stern out, so the skeg didn't catch on the slipway, which was a bit of a pain. And this is where I realised I'd not got the seat set up right, so I had to do some messing around before I got back in. I basically pulled out one of the straps from the buckle, trying to adjust it while I was in the boat, and ended up pulling on the wrong strap and pulled the strap from the buckle, which was a bit annoying. So I had to get out again, and I tried to do it while I was sat in there, but I just couldn't twist my body enough to get around to do it. So I had to get out the boat and do it. Thankfully I got a paddle leash set up, so I was able to use my paddle as a bit of a mooring line. I will eventually add mooring lines to the boat, but at the moment I haven't got those set up yet. Did get in and then just pick up the paddle, and hopefully a few further adjustments to the seat, as you see, trying to get my backside in a comfortable position. It's not the most comfortable seat, so I definitely see a padded cushion coming in my life soon.
It's too thick. Right, but I'm done. I'm ready.
Right, go, have fun. Let me go for and do something else.
Sorry?
Let me go and do something else.
Okay.
Mind the ducks.
Oh yeah, ducks.
Unfortunately, my GPS watch doesn't have a setting for kayak, so I use raw, and then when I upload it to Garmin Connect, I change it to kayak. Okay, well here I am on the water. It's a pretty small lake this, but it was attractive to me because of the rescue coverage. There is a rescue boat that goes around because there's quite a lot of swimmers and stuff here. So far, I had a bit of trouble getting in, as you maybe saw in the video. Basically, I had this, what I thought was a seat set up right for me after just sitting in it in the garden, but basically the back of the seat kept falling down when I was trying to get in it, and it was really difficult to get it from get it right under my backside basically. So then I sort of loosened it a bit so that the back could tip back a bit, and sat in it, and then when I went to tighten it I pulled on the wrong strap, and one of the straps came off the buckle basically. So I'm gonna maybe put something on the straps to indicate, maybe just like a mark with the Sharpie, once I get it set up like I have it. It also doesn't help that this buoyancy aid, this PFD that I'm wearing now, is massively thick. I mean, it's probably 2 inches thick here and on the back. Maybe a little bit thinner on the back actually here, maybe about an inch thick on the back. And it's quite uncomfortable against the seat, which is why I'm going to get a high-backed one. So what do I think of the boat? Well, it's certainly a little bit more, it's got more movement than my old Wabosh, Sevlo, what it was, that I got from Decathlon. But it like, once you get it past there, it almost seems like it won't go any further without you really having to try. So that's kind of what I was looking for really. I feel like I'm having to work my hips a little bit more to sort of keep the stability, which is quite nice. So I get a bit of a workout on my core. It's probably nowhere near as good as you get with a standard paddleboard, but I feel like I'm getting a bit more of a core workout, which is good for me. And it does feel a little bit more like a proper kayak. Last time I went proper kayaking, I was a teenager, so I don't really remember, but yeah, it feels much more. There's much more lateral movement, which is fine. It's not too bad. It's still, this what we call the secondary stability, as I say. You've got to really lean out. I reckon you've got to really properly overhang the side for it to tip. I'm not going to put it to the test in this water because it looks a bit murky. There's plenty of people swimming in it, right? But not for me. I might test it next week when I'm in the sea, because I'm much more happy with getting in the sea than I am in a lake. Anyway, let's do some paddling, and I'll tell you a bit more about how it feels under steam, if you like. So I can certainly move a bit faster. The GPS watch will tell me ultimately how fast I'm going, but it feels faster. I'm getting quite a bow wave going. Actually, when I put my paddle in the water at front, it actually occasionally catches me off guard at how fast the water's going past me, and it almost feels like I'm going to get tipped out, but something I'm going to get used to. There's the pool assault course thing. So I've got the skeg in, and it's tracking really well. Like, I basically stop paddling and it just keeps going, and it keeps going essentially straight as a die. I don't know how well you can see that. Hopefully the camera angle's okay. there's barely any wind. What wind there is behind me, so there's quite a queue of people waiting to go on the assault course thing, but not actually anybody on it at the moment, so I wonder if they're waiting for a race or something. Okay, I've turned into the wind now. See how well it tracks into the wind. I'm heading directly into the wind now. I'm almost losing my hat, it's quite windy, but it's still quite easy paddling. The paddles, I mean, I'm still getting water in the boat, so the drip rings aren't perfect. I think, if anything, the paddles are maybe 6 inches too short for me, or for this boat. So that's interesting to measure these ones compared to the ones that the Bath Outdoors have recommended for me. Yeah, so I've been paddling around for about 10 minutes now. So far so good. Pretty nice. Definitely a lot quicker than my old boat. Maybe not quite as comfortable. I'm heading into the trees. It just doesn't stop. Okay, time to test out the speed of this thing. I'm at the far end of the lake. Just gonna stop a minute. This thing really does just keep going. If you don't stop it, it just keeps gliding. I think the wind was a little bit behind me actually, so that's probably why it didn't stop, but just a slight breeze. So, I'm at the far side of the lake. Got loads of reeds behind me. I'm gonna basically give it as much beans as I can towards that gap between the islands, basically where that chap on the yellow stand-up paddleboard is right now. Wait till those chaps have gone past, and I'm gonna give it as much beans as I can, being careful to avoid those swimmers over there. And basically, when I get home, I'm going to look at Strava and see what my maximum speed was, and I'll compare that with a recent session I did on my old kayak and sort of extract what the maximum speed was from that. It might not be quite a fair test because some of that was on the river and going downstream I was going pretty fast. So yeah, but we'll kind of see how much effort it is. Hopefully I won't fall in, and hopefully it'll be a fast effort. Okay, get myself in position. Start this road ready. Let's not rest it. Time to see how well we can get out of this thing.